Mark Mustio, State Representative from the 44th Legislative District, and welcome to Legislative Report and my 2014 Senior Expo, hosted with myself and along with Senator Matt Smith. Another absolutely perfect turnout for today, great weather, and a lot of super vendors that the seniors are taking advantage of.
Yeah, great turnout, and it's always a pleasure for me to partner with Representative Mustio on this. We work a lot together on a lot of substantive issues, transportation, education, economic development issues, and it's just great to be able to partner in a bipartisan, bicameral way to present seniors with real information as a one-stop shop to get information on healthcare-related issues, benefits issues that they may be entitled to, property tax relief issues. It's really a great opportunity to be able to present this in one location to our area seniors.
I think what I'd like to do, Matt, is go around and interview some of the vendors. For those that weren't able to make it today, they can see what programs were available. So thank you for watching. Okay, I'm with Phil Little from the Attorney General's office. Appreciate you attending today, Phil. And you have a lot of items here for the seniors to educate them on. If you could tell those that aren't here, that are watching today, what those programs are, I'd appreciate it.
Sure. A lot of the stuff that we have out here today is information educating seniors as far as terms of scams that are out there, tips and tricks to be safe, to deal with identity theft as well. Because what we see is in our law enforcement that seniors are targeted through identity theft and scams, and they don't know a lot about it, and they need to be better educated. So what we're doing today is trying to get that information out there and make sure that they see and have a better education on what's out there to keep safe on a day-to-day basis.
Are those the primary areas of concern for seniors nowadays, those two?
In my line of work, I see absolutely is that there's far too many scams out there. They see whether it's on the TV or news, and they really don't know what's going on. And the idea is to give them that information and to give them those tips and tricks and those red flags to look out for, so that if something comes that's deceptive in the mail, they are able to spot them and look for those red flags.
And we'll be able to, for those that aren't attending, we'll be able to get this material to them through our office. But for those seniors that do have access to the web, is this information available on the Attorney General's website?
Sure. If you were to go to www.attorneygeneral.gov, you can go on and there's a wealth of information on there, as well as phone numbers if you need to contact us for anything that you may need.
Thank you, Phil, for attending today.
All right. Thank you, Representative Mustio.
I'm here with Dr. Jerry Keller from Crescent Township, also a Crescent Township Commissioner, Chairman of the board there. Jerry, thanks for stopping by. What have you found here today?
Well, I found a lot of exciting things for seniors. I think it's very educational for all seniors if they would take part in this, come out and see what's available. I also appreciate you for having this. I think it's an excellent opportunity for seniors in the area who don't know what's available to come out and see what you have out here.
Well, thanks for coming by, and if you haven't hit all the booths yet, please do that.
Thank you.
We'll be talking soon. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you. Appreciate the work you're doing for all of us around here. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm with Bill Susan from Action Housing, and appreciate Action Housing being here today, but also for everything that you do for the community. And Bill, could you specifically talk about what you can do for seniors and also veterans?
Yeah, the seniors is the development of housing, apartment units, rentals. We also do handicap accessibility. And of course, the veterans, we're developing housing and of course trying to get them into new houses that are donated to us. And then we remodel, upgrade them, even handicapped, make them handicap accessible if needed be.
So if someone watching is in need of some affordable housing, one of the places they could reach out to them would be Action Housing.
Call Action Housing, and then we'll distribute the number based on their community area because of the different locations. City of Pittsburgh is different than Allegheny County. So depending on where they live and whether they qualify, they have to go through a process, obviously. But that's the way to start, by calling in the main number.
Thank you very much. Okay. I'm with Mike Feeney from District Attorney Zapala's office, and he has some information with him today that will help benefit seniors as well.
We started this in 2006. This program, I am a senior citizens elderly abuse activist, and I go out and speak to senior citizens groups about scams, identity theft and fraud, how to prevent it. There's some other things that we do. One is, for example, this inside of your door for your living room or your porch, and it tells you what to do in case somebody comes to your front porch and tries to solicit and keeps bothering you and comes back. Call 911 immediately and have him picked up as soon as, or have him arrested so he could find out what he's actually doing. My other piece of information here is what we talk about every day. It's elderly abuse unit designed to handle such cases as financial exploitation, physical abuse, and neglect of the elderly. That's the scammers call you for Social Security numbers, checking account numbers, credit card numbers, and they'll tell you anything that you want to hear. They'll say they're from the IRS, they're from the state of Pennsylvania, they're from the District Attorney's Office of Allegheny County, and we don't solicit anybody. And I know the other agencies do not do the same thing. So you got to be careful who you're talking to. And I got a great solution: hang up. It's much easier, so you'll never embarrass yourself.
Never give your Social Security number out over the phone.
Never. No matter, you're allowed to give your last 4 digits, but you can't. You shouldn't give the last 4 digits either. But that's suffice. If you don't have to give all 9 numbers, you're better off. Give the last 4. It's perfectly legal. You can do that.
Mr. Feeney, thank you for that valuable information.
Quite all right. Thank you.
Tell me what you've learned today.
I just got here a short while ago, but I'm very impressed with the number of services, and I want to thank Senator Smith and you for providing this for seniors like us.
What on earth have you been doing since you retired from the COG? A lot of people that are watching probably don't recognize you, but you've done yeoman's work with the COG, which is the Council of Governments for a number of communities in the area. Kind of refresh people's memories on what the COG does for the community.
Well, the COG is a voluntary association of local governments, and the COG represents a number of boroughs and townships in the airport area. And the COG actually assists individual municipalities in accomplishing things that they really couldn't do on their own. And additionally, the COG is involved in joint purchasing that saves municipalities money. For instance, purchasing salt, road salt in bulk, and providing training opportunities for various police departments, things of that nature.
George, thanks a lot, and enjoy your retirement.
Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Mustio.
Good seeing you.
Appreciate it.
Take care. I'm with County Council Member Baker, and I appreciate you coming out today.
Thanks, Representative Mustio. Congratulations on a great crowd, great event.
Honestly, I think this is the first time I've had my county council rep attend one of these.
Well, I'm glad to be here. You've been a great friend and a tremendous leader in the community.
Counties represented, through the district attorney's office. I think there is also some veterans programs here as well. But tell me some of the programs that the county has for seniors.
Oh, there's a ton of resources for seniors, and that's something that we definitely want to get the word out proactively about. A lot of our budget, we have a close to $1 billion budget, and a lot of the programming does go for human services and making sure that seniors have the resources that they need, the programs they need to help them succeed and to keep their costs down.
And if they have any questions, they certainly can contact my office, but they can contact Tom Baker.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do we go about doing that?
Oh, just my phone number is 412-608-8842, and anyone that
Can
lives...
you say it faster? The seniors, I'm sure.
412-608-8842, and anyone living in our community here, I would love to talk to them and provide them with resources, provide them with guidance here in our county. We have a ton of opportunities for our seniors, and we're happy to help them.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
I'm with Moon Township Police Chief Leo McCarthy. Leo, thanks for coming today.
No problem,
It's my understanding there's a new program that's pretty awesome for seniors that'll be coming out within the next couple weeks.
It is. This is through the Allegheny County District Attorney's Office. Tom Swan, the Deputy District Attorney. For the last couple of months, he's been training police officers all over the county, 10 different departments, in a project known as Project Lifesaver. This is an international project, actually. What it entails is for people who live at home with a caregiver and who have a tendency to wander off. Alzheimer's patients, people with cognitive brain injuries, children who are autistic. What they can do, they can contact Tom Swan at the District Attorney's Office by dialing 412-350-4400. Contact him, they'll fill out a simple application. If they meet the requirements, Allegheny County We'll send them to a local police department that has this certification. They'll be issued something like a wristwatch, Mark. It looks just like a wristwatch, only it's actually a transmitter. This wristwatch will stay on the person all the time, even when they shower and bathe. And if they were to suddenly become missing anywhere in our region, they would just call the local police or dial 911, and 911 would have that frequency of that watch at their base. They would then call one of our rescue staff, one of the people who are certified with this device, and they would come to the area. And it's like a handheld radio device, and it has antennas that come out upon it. I wish I had it here to show you, but they haven't been issued yet. They'll be issued in the next couple weeks. It'll track that person up to 5 miles, even if they're 10 feet underwater. Say, for example, if they tracked them to this hotel, it would tell us whether they were upstairs or downstairs. It's just awesome. It's phenomenal. The average recovery time of a missing person with this device is 30 minutes. This is being used in England, in Canada, in Australia, and all over America with great success, and now it's in Allegheny County. And if you get this device here and you move to another state, or you visit in another city in America, you contact the 911 base there, give them your frequency, and if your loved one ends up being missing there, they can track you there as well.
Wow.
It's really awesome, and in our county right now, because of special funding, it's free. But it's not suitable to the patients who live in a group home environment. You have to have an individual caretaker, you live at home, and you are a wanderer. So it doesn't matter if it's a child or someone who is very elderly. If they're a wanderer and they wander away, they're eligible for this free program. And it's absolutely awesome. Mark, how many times have you heard of a person who's been missing for 2 or 3 days, and a week later they're found dead only a mile away from their home? This prevents that you can track them down. It's really awesome.
Thank you very much, Leo.
You're welcome, sir.
Appreciate all that you do and all that your department does for the community.
No problem. Thank you very much, Mark.
All right, take care.
All right.
I'm with Joan Reefer from the Department of Public Welfare. Joan, thank you for attending today at our Senior Expo. I'd be interested in specifically some of the programs the department has for seniors, and then if you want to also expand into some of the other things that the public may be in need of knowing.
Okay, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. Some of the programs specifically for seniors are, we have one of our medical programs covers the Part B Medicare premium payment. And if the senior falls under a certain income level, we can pay that Part B premium, which is a great help because the money they save goes back into their Social Security check and they can use it for other things then. Another program that many seniors apply for at this time of year is the LIHEAP program. That's Low Income Housing Energy Assistance Program, and that's to help people with their energy bills. Most often it's gas, sometimes electric, but they have to prove that they do have a heating responsibility, and then we can help them with the one-time payment. Other programs that we have that are very beneficial to seniors is our food stamp program. It's now called SNAP, S-N-A-P, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Our income limits were just raised again in October, so now people that weren't eligible before may be eligible. And when seniors are living on a fixed income, it's very important for them to get proper nutrition.
How would they find out this information other than coming to our office? Could they go to the department's website?
They can go to the department's website. Also today I'm giving out one of these flyers that has the communications office phone number on it. It's 412-565-2146. We're going to get inundated with phone calls.
You might get inundated, but if people also want a one-stop shop for that, they can call our office first at 412-262-3780, and we'll be able to help facilitate getting all the materials for them as well. But
Great.
thank you again,
Okay.
Joan, for coming.
You're welcome.
All
Thank
right.
you.
I'm with Doug Huey, who is the publisher of the Allegheny West magazine, which services a lot of the municipalities in my legislative district. You cover a lot of senior events.
We do.
And
yeah.
I just kind of want you to give everybody a feel for what the magazine does, but also the types of events that the magazine covers, particularly for seniors.
Sure. Well, you know, I think what we do with both seniors and the whole community is really to make people feel connected to their community, and we do that in a number of ways, both with the news that we cover and the stories that we do, but also, and this is sort of an example of one of the things we do, is we like to keep people informed about events, nonprofit events like this, that people can take advantage of. And we were able to list this event in one of our last issues. So I like to think that it helped generate some, interest in an event like this. But we really want people to feel connected to their community and the people around them. I think today we sort of get, a little disconnected through the computer, through the phone, through the cell phone, even just our day-to-day lives and jobs. And I think that's a big thing with seniors. You begin to see some withdrawal from public life, and we like to think that by going into homes and direct mailing into homes, that sort of gets them back in and interested in what's going on, and they can read about what their kids are doing and what their grandkids are doing in the schools, and also learn about events like this where they can come out and something that's really beneficial to them.
You make a good point about being connected. Not only is there valuable material being provided today, but you're right, as you look over and you see the interaction with seniors, a lot of whom maybe haven't seen each other since last year's Senior Expo.
Sure,
it's been pretty therapeutic for them. But anyway, thanks for what you do for the community.
Oh yeah, great event, Mark. Great event.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm with Congressman Tim Murphy, Congressman, the busiest congressman in the state of Pennsylvania, most active and productive, I might add. There's a lot in the news. This is a Senior Expo. We can touch on some of those issues, but you've been very active on a couple of major issues that are impacting the country and the world, one of them being the Ebola, and also you mentioned General Motors and some other issues that you've been traveling the country on, mental health issues. Can you please give an update for our viewers?
Well, the issue of Ebola is it's a deadly, pernicious disease in Africa, expects to impact 10,000 people per week by November, December. So it's growing rapidly.
Worldwide?
In Africa mostly, but it's spreading throughout the world. Okay. And the key is to keep it from coming here. So I've been pushing the administration, the White House, to stop open travel from Western Africa, to restrict that heavily, rather than just screen people at airports here, because if you screen someone, they may or may not show symptoms, they may or may not have a fever, but still be carrying it and end up infecting other people. And I think it is very important to screen them there. And if you are exposed to it, you have to have a 21-day quarantine, so we don't spread this disease. We don't want the deadly impact here. We've also pushed a lot with regard to improving hospital standards and getting those things taken care of, having more hospitals that can treat it. And we're seeing some success starting to grow in that. That's an important aspect. The main thing is the risk of someone getting over here is extremely small, and it's non-existent if we make sure that we don't have an open door policy with Africans. Say, just come over here and we'll just track you and see if you don't get it. We have to do more. Now, you asked also about the mental health issue.
Right.
That's a very important issue for seniors. I mean, let's face it, when you have chronic illnesses, your risk for depression doubles. And actually, if you have untreated depression and chronic illness, your cost can double. So it's very important that seniors, as we begin to feel we're a little more frail, a little less mobile, a little more isolated, that it is extremely important to get out to events like this, to have contacts with social events, church, whatever that might be, because that actually not only improves a person's mental health, but actually improves the person's ability to hold off infections and diseases. It improves their prognosis. So our bill has been one to improve access to mental health services across the country. I was the sponsor. I pushed a bill a couple years ago that turned into law to also provide mental health parity under Medicare, because it used to be under Medicare, you had to pay 80% of your mental health costs. We now made it the same as other areas of medicine. So areas we're working with seniors to really help them with access to that.
Before I forget, commissary.
Awesome. So this is a great celebration for veterans, active duty, and military. We were successful, and thank you for your help on this too, with regard to keeping the 9/11 base here. That's about 1,400 Air Force reservists. We have the Air Guard here, another 1,500 or so. We have the Navy base that's moved here now. Thanks for your help on that. Trying to get the Marines here. And this commissary, a wonderful grocery store and a little sundries and uniform shop for our veterans. We've got 38,000 of the people who can access it here, and 170,000 within a 100-mile radius. And a lot of those are retirees who served their time in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. This is a benefit that they earn by giving up their time for their country. And so we're excited to finally have that open right here in Moon Township. It's really a wonderful asset. And we'll bring a lot of people into town too, and when they do, they'll be stopping at the gas stations. hotels, other things. So it's going to boost the economy regionally too. We like that.
Well, I actually had a couple of constituents come up to me and ask me if their husband or their father could go to the commissary, and I directed them over to your booth here.
Just so people know what that means is if you are currently on active duty, reserve or guard, you can shop there, or immediate family members, you get an ID card. If you have served 20 years or more in the service, you retired out of the service. If you are, if you have been deployed, active duty, you may qualify. So it's always worth a call to find out if you can be in there, or if you know someone who is currently serving, then call them and have them do your shopping and buy you some groceries.
All right, Congressman, thanks again for coming by.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for all your help.
Appreciate
You're doing
it.
a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm with Allison Riley from Rite Aid, manages the Rite Aid pharmacy in Coriopolis.
Yep.
And first of all, I want to thank Rite Aid for stepping up. This is the third year in a row that you've provided flu shots for our seniors, which is one of the main draws, other than probably the chicken lunch,
Right.
that they come, but seriously for all the other programs as well. But if you can give me a sense on, the response today, what shots you're giving, how smoothly or not smoothly things are running.
Sure, yeah, running very smoothly. We've offering the flu shot and the pneumonia shot today. We've done probably over 120 flu shots so far, 5 pneumonia shots, so we're just keep going along.
And it seems like it's spaced out nicely. This is I think the 12th year we've done this.
Right.
And there have been times, not when Rite Aid was doing it, but the one year we had the flu shot shortage,
Yep.
people panicked and they were all here at one time and the line was really long. So it seems like people are now getting used to the process, and you have things pretty well streamlined here.
Yeah, it's flowing very nicely for us. So.
Well, thank you again.
Okay, thank you for having us.
All right. I'm with Kathy Clark from Heritage Valley, and we were having a little discussion off camera, and you were correcting me on some of the terminology that I was using. I said that my doctor told me recently that I was borderline diabetic, and I heard him wrong, probably, right? The correct term is?
The correct term is pre-diabetic or pre-diabetes, but a lot of doctors still use that term borderline. But pre-diabetes actually is when someone's fasting blood sugar is greater than 100 but less than 126. So you're kind of in that middle of the road. To actually diagnose somebody with diabetes is a fasting blood sugar greater than 126.
So you have some material here today on your table for seniors.
Mm-hmm. We mostly brought some material about heart disease, stroke prevention, heart attack prevention, because of course uncontrolled diabetes and heart disease go hand in hand. And also to let the community know that Heritage Valley Swickley and Heritage Valley Beaver are both now certified stroke centers. Which is important for people in the community to know. I think they sometimes shy away from a community hospital when something major like that happens, and they shouldn't. Time is brain, so just to let people know that. So, but getting blood sugars checked on a regular basis if you have a family history, of course all the lifestyle things, watching what we eat, exercise are all really important too for both heart disease and diabetes. So.
Kathy, thank you very much for taking the time to be on camera, but also for being here today. I'm with Gwen Ogle, longtime Moon Township resident, and I'm going to guess 50-year acquaintance of mine, right? Grew up.
Well, I would say 50 years. I know how old you
grew
are.
up with your sons.
Right.
But what I want to talk to you about is your involvement in the community, specifically related to all the senior advocacy and activities that you do.
I'm on Pennsylvania Council on Aging, and it's a state organization, and we sort of meet every other month and try to control the needs of the seniors in all of Pennsylvania. And then I'm also on the Allegheny County Office on Aging Advisory Council, and that's how we take care of the local Allegheny County seniors that need us for many services. And I'm on the board of Lifespan, and Lifespan is an organization that is a provider for the county, and we do senior community centers, home delivered meals, and case management. We have 13 centers in Allegheny County, and we're being very hopeful of having a 14th or maybe combination community center in North Fayette. I'm also on the Alzheimer's Association Regional Advisory Council. So
let's go back to your position on the state board. You said you work on senior issues. Can you highlight some of those?
I would say we do a lot of things. Number one, we are informed of legislation which affects seniors in the state. We also are very much into the Alzheimer initiative. We have 400,000 people in Pennsylvania who are reported as having Alzheimer's or related dementias. We have taken that on as an initiative this year to try for the caregivers. We forget about the caregivers. We forget about the people who have it. And we have to get rid of the stigma. The stigma against a dementia is huge, and it just doesn't seem to want to go away. We also have to inform our EMT, police, and firemen of what Alzheimer's really is, because if they don't know, they may think somebody is drunk. They may think somebody is just kind of wandering around as a mental disorder. But if they're informed of what Alzheimer's really is, then they are very helpful. I had an experience with a brother-in-law up in Boston, and we had gone to an art show, and he decided to take down some pictures. Well, the police were called, and they came and they tried to put him in handcuffs, and I walked over and I said to the policeman, he has Alzheimer's. The car was there. We were taken out from the police car right to our car, and they were just wonderful because they knew. And ours need to know that. That's a state initiative. Should be everybody who has to handle elderly needs to know that. But we are working. We have an extra committee now, which I'm on, to help caregivers. This is a big, big thing. Financial, emotional. It tears families apart, and that's a big thing that we're working on now. We also work on travel. We try to get involved in transportation. We also try to get involved in the home setting. And of course, our whole initiative today is to keep people in their home, and everybody wants to be in their home, and we have to provide the avenue that they can stay in their home. And that's really pretty much what we do, and we bring that back home. And we have regional Pennsylvania Council members, and we meet with them to try to take care of something in that particular region.
When you retired from your business, did you think you'd be this busy?
No. But look, I'm still running around.
You're doing a great job.
And I think, I love these people, and I'm very much involved as an advocate for adult daycare. I can't give up my adult daycare because that's really where I started. So that's what I do.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you for watching Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Mark Mustio, and if you have any questions about some of the items that you saw or heard today, please call my office at 412-262-3780 or on the web at repmustio.com. Thank you.